Can you see him? Standing there. Bigfoot. No? Well, what more proof do you need of this creature's amazing intellect and ability to hide from our cameras? Could he possibly be hiding behind this tree? Oh yes, there he is, exceptionally well hidden away. I have many hours of footage of Bigfoot hiding in the forest, yet the sleeping masses are still not ready to accept his existence. I often imagine Bigfoot lying on the forest floor at night, staring at the moon, and then turning to the real Paul McCartney and asking him, does he ever think we will make it into outer space? Bigfoot's totally unvaccinated little cousin is the baboon. The baboon, we can see, is not as intelligent. He's no good at hiding. I mean, look, there's a cave right behind him. I bet that's where Bigfoot is. And of course, the very fact that there are still many monkeys on this flat plane of ours is proof that evolution doesn't exist, because of course, if we had have evolved from monkeys, there would clearly be no monkeys left. It is now night time, and Bigfoot is still winning in his game of hide and seek. In fact, there is only one animal who is capable of spotting Bigfoot, and that is the eagle which you can see currently soaring across our level waters and flat plain, without even having to pretend gravity exists by flapping his wings. Surely he will find our elusive Bigfoot. As well as being a hide-and-seek champion, the golden eagle is capable of soaring high above our creator's spiritual and peaceful plane, and as it does so, it can catch small tiny creatures and rip them apart quite easily to death. And the reason it can do that is because it contains all the features of an apex predator, features which of course did not evolve through the process of evolution, for if evolution was real, the golden eagle would have all the features of the cactus. And I have to ask you, have you ever seen a cactus fly? Of course you have not, and I think Bigfoot is hiding there. Over in Scotland, these very brave swans are floating upon the surface of the waters of Loch Ness. These swans, of course, just wish that Loch Ness was in America, where they would recognize Donald Trump as the real president, and they would know that Donald Trump would build a wall around Loch Ness to keep the monstrosity that is under the waters from escaping. Over in the Himalayan mountain range, we can often find Bigfoot's larger cousin, the Yeti, also playing hide and seek. The Yeti is perfectly camouflaged for its environment, and try as you may, you will never ever see the Yeti. I would go as far to say that he is almost as difficult to spot as Bigfoot himself. He will never ever be spotted, ever. Ah, the meerkat. Of course, not really a cat. Although we shouldn't be surprised in a world in which everyone and everything lies to us about who and what they are. Now, we may never find out which one of these meerkats was responsible for shooting JFK, but it is worth pointing out that these furry little critters, no matter what it looks like around their eyes, they have never, and they will never, wear a mask. Ooh, but quickly, these meerkats seem to have spotted something. What could it be? Oh my, it appears to be a false flag operation. And a crisis actor buffalo. You don't fool me. You see, the happy, cuddly lion is no more than a kitten, really. Just look at his smiley little face. There is no way that he could possibly commit such an horrendous act. You see, it's so self-evident. When we look at the lion, we can't fail to see anything other than a peaceful animal, which was more than suited to live on Noah's Ark alongside many other small animals, without hurting a fly. No, what has happened here is self-evident. The false flag operation, witnessed by these meerkats, was clearly an effort to divert attention away from the fact that Elvis Presley has just opened a vaccination shop where he's selling vaccinations created from the blood of young virgins. And if you don't believe me, you must go on Facebook. There are some memes there, and that's all the evidence you will ever need. Thank you. This gorilla has not been on Facebook because he is a gorilla, and because evolution doesn't exist, there is nothing that a gorilla can do that humans can do. In fact, I challenge you to look at this gorilla and come up with even just one similarity, just one, between gorillas and humans. You see, you can't. Evolution debunked. They are totally different. You'll never see any similarities whatsoever. And what a surprise. Not. Do you recognize him? Do you? Do you recognize him? Well, look at him now. I do hope they are paying you well, my horny crisis actor friend, and I do hope that you can sleep at night, for when the end comes, you will be put on trial for your crimes against the world. Back in the forest, it is plain to see that Bigfoot and the real Paul McCartney are still in hiding, and they are hiding behind these trees here, these trees which of course are totally unvaccinated. And you must ask yourself, have these unvaccinated trees ever even had a runny nose? No. Another unvaccinated creature is my old dog, which I called Denial. Here he is. Denial was a very healthy creature, but once he walked past a 5G tower. And 12 years later, I had to have him put down. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, you fucker. Just listen to these two polar bears talking. Global warming, says the big one. Global bloody warming? I'm bloody freezing. Cheer up, Dad, says the little one. At least we've got these furry white camouflage coats to keep us warm. I don't know how that happened, though. Certainly wasn't evolution. No, little do the polar bears know that their fur is white for the same reason that these clouds here are white. It's all to do with the invisible chemtrails being sprayed by this amazing machine, what is up there in the sky somewhere. Invisible chemtrails, by the way, which have mutated this poor little hamster into something altogether different. Our poor little hamster is having somewhat now of an existential crisis. He can no longer see himself living on a planet where 5G exists, frying his brain, where people believe in the existence of things like viruses, and where people are being vaccinated with microchips that make them have their morning poo before they wake up and get out of bed. There is only one place of refuge now for our little mutated hamster, and that is for him to take his refuge, to take asylum with the lizard people inside our hollow earth. Goodbye and Godspeed, my furry little mutated friend. Oh, what is that? You have a message for us before you go? What is it you need to say?
I found him! It's Bigfoot! It's down here! I got him!
Ah, well played, my furry little mutated hamster. Well played indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've made it this far into the video, I don't know how on earth you've managed to do that, but thank you very, very much. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you are a channel member or patron, can I just tell you how much I love you and appreciate everything that you do for me. For now, I'm going bye. Meow.